brothers and sisters, have a good day. Organized criticism turned it into a sick form of intervention. We know why they are against Erdogan, but why are you? The real tutelage is in our minds. The trial yesterday, with respect to overthrowing the government through street terrorism, the Gezi Park vandalism, aimed at taking control over Turkey, is being closely followed by many countries and all of Europe. Everybody is in a rush to protect their own man. Does this tell us anything? The perpetrators of the attack on July 15, 2016, that brought Turkey to the verge of a civil war and invasion are under United States, European and NATO protection. Turkey is exposed to attacks through a terrorist organization, New July 15. Threats are openly articulated. Does this tell us anything? Tsipras says war, he says. Greece Prime Minister, we will sink your drill ship. Does this say anything? Istanbul Metropolitan Municipalities mayoral election becomes an internal affair for the United States, Europe, Israel and Greece, while we have no idea who the mayors of their capitals are. When their elections are held, the entire Western world is following Istanbul. There is an intense chain of interventions both from abroad and from the inside of the country. Does this tell us anything? Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras is making threats saying war will break out if Turkey drills in the waters of the Mace Island, implying that he may drown the drill ship. He has all of Europe's power supporting him and is speaking with the courage he draws from it. Does this tell us anything? The East Mediterranean is becoming a fleet base for Israel, Egypt, Greece, the United States and all of Europe. A multinational front is cornering Turkey, trying to isolate it, or it is rather sieging it in accordance with natural gas and geopolitical plans. Does this tell us anything? Siege from all sides render impossible from within. The United States, Israel, a few Arab countries and EU countries are arming the Aegean islands, turning them into muzzle bases, sieging Turkey from the Aegean and the West, and threatening it. Similarly, military build-ups are being established in Greece, Bulgaria and Romania. Does this tell us anything? Hundreds of kilometers long front is being built in the north of Syria. Military build-ups that would meet the needs of an entire army are being established. The regions demographic structure is changing. A front is being opened against Turkey through a terrorist organization. Efforts are being made to prevent Turkey from intervening in the trade. Does this tell us anything? A parallel front is being built within the country, a multinational front, political parties, terrorist organizations, all groups that were used in the previous interventions are being placed within this front. They are using their discourse, their words, their theories. They are taking a stance according to them. They are getting into showdowns with President Recep Tayyip Erdogan according to them. Does this tell us anything? We know why they are Erdogan's enemy. So why are you his enemy? When the Justice and Development Party, AK Party, lost the Istanbul mayoral election, all of Europe, the Arab media, and the United States press screamed with joy. Discourses such as "we got our revenge on Erdogan, his end has come," are more strongly voiced now. Thoughts and discourses such as "now we have broken Turkey's resistance" are gaining prominence from now on. They are going to build all their attempts on this. They are going to further strengthen this wave of intervention with the siege around Turkey. Does this tell us anything? When the Istanbul mayoral election was lost, everybody started to go against the AK Party and Erdogan. They started to accuse him, his family circle, and those supporting him. The protection of the global campaign aimed at isolating him is similarly being promoted within the country as well. Undermine the supporters, set them straight with an arrogant tone. Who do you think you are? A psychological operation aimed at making it seem like it is a crime to stand close to Erdogan, to support him, is being conducted. A propaganda program aimed at condemning, humiliating those striving for the national axis he is fighting for is immediately being put into action. The statements made locally and from abroad are gradually becoming synchronized. Does this tell us anything? Everybody who criticizes, shows a reaction, definitely has a reason. But I see that those making the sharpest criticisms are those who have long abandoned the struggle. They are speaking with authority on television screen, social media, and claims with an undermining tone. Those who benefited the most from the Erdogan administration and have now lost, these are the ones saying the harshest word. Their reasons are related entirely to their personal expectations. Does this tell us anything? Organized criticism has turned into a destructive disease. I see in the AK Party circle, in the conservative circle, that criticism has become a destructive, corrosive, revenge-taking disease beyond sincerity, honesty, and making something strong again. That this is something beyond criticism that is being pushed forward underhandedly that the same words are repeated everywhere, and that it is turning into a destructive projectile. This is not something limited to the AK Party. It is one of the pathological lacks of the campaign aimed at Erdogan, the national axis where he stands today, and the fight he is putting up on the global axis. Of course, there's going to be criticism, but this is now clearly turning into an intervention project. Does this tell us anything? Part of the chain of interventions, frustrate, wear out, deplete. In the last decade, this organized criticism has also been part of the chain of interventions targeting Turkey. This is actually not criticism, but another intervention form. This is a campaign that contains frustration, exhaustion, and depletion. A campaign set to destroy, not construct. Some are foolishly supporting the same scenario with cheap statements. They are doing this without even thinking of what might happen to Turkey in the case that they reach their goal. These groups have been so blinded by criticism that they are unable to see the kind of siege surrounding Turkey. The sort of threats at our door, the kind of destruction this may be for us all, that historical showdown is happening, and that this is one of Turkey's priorities, that there is a resistance within the country aimed at this, and that all the waves are aimed at weakening this resistance. Does this tell us anything? And Sultan Abdulhamid scenario for Erdogan, attacking from within the destruction, hiding behind it. Let us look at political history. Let us look at the Ottoman Empire, last period. Let us look at the Abdulhamid era. It is filled with examples of those who acted with rightful, innocent criticisms, and how they failed to see the greater threats. We see today the great destruction such behavior led to and despair. Those staging an Abdulhamid scenario for Erdogan are also out in the open. The saddest part is really standing among those who are going to shoulder Turkey's great struggle and firing the bullet from within, making the attack from inside the house, as we are hoping that history will never make us relieve the same lack of prudence. We started to see once again that the inside intervention is actually a foreign intervention. Does this tell us anything? The Turkey axis and those who cannot plan ahead. Understanding history is understanding the present. We are going to continue to fight on the Turkey axis tirelessly, fearlessly, without planning ahead, because we know that this fight is an axis that has been present in Anatolia since Manzikert. This is an identity that is beyond political parties and is more powerful than you think. our primary standing point is who stands with us and who stands against us. As a matter of fact, in a significant portion of the criticisms from within, we now see that there is an outside perspective and the mentality of others. Those who do not understand the present, the great struggle in which our country is today, those who do not hold this fight, the great struggle in which our country is today, those who do not hold this fight above everything and take position accordingly, or what is worse, those who fall apart at the slightest weakness, or those who take action to break a strong resistance, have not understood the battle of Çanakkale. They have not understood the fight of independence, or the division, or the region in World War I. Reading history books is easy. What is essential is to be able to interpret history today in the present. Does this tell us anything? The real tutelage is in our minds. There is war going around. Supporting Erdogan is flattery, and if some are acting with the influence of these wars, then their minds are enslaved and they are experiencing serious political blindness. They are people who can be eliminated with a single vote. Those who see Erdogan worthy of an Abdulhamid scenario, those who strike a man the world is trying to eliminate from their front, are actually shooting the bullet at Anatolia, at Istanbul, at the region. Tutelage is in our heads. This is why there is great urgency to make the harshest criticism in this area. Does this tell us anything? In both periods of history, the same groups are standing in the same place. Now, this is noteworthy. Abdulhamid was the leader of Ottoman during the era it collapsed. He tried to delay the collapse of an empire, and strove greatly trying to achieve this. However, Erdogan is the leader of Turkey's golden age. This rise is the turn of history. It will continue despite those standing on the wrong side. Both groups standing in the same place in both areas of history, striking from. There is a pitiful situation. They were unable to interpret the world and history then, and now they are incorrectly interpreting it today. They stood in the wrong position then, and they are preparing the same today, and organized criticism is being spread through them within. Does this tell us anything? We will not sacrifice the great fight for their petty stories. We will not be sacrificing great fights for their petty stories. We at least know this. We are not going to miss history again for their petty plans. We come from a tradition that knows very well how to fight. What I said about organized criticism really has nothing to do with those who are sincere, who have been hurt, who are working towards something by making sacrifices. Their sincere criticisms, their expression of the heart they feel, should be held in great esteem, because they are the real travelers, the architects of this great journey. They are also the ones paying a great price. They took shelter in the shade of others and started to attack from there. I tried to speak about those who run under the shade of others at the slightest defeat and start attacking. I tried to explain an operation. Everybody should take a good look at themselves, their surroundings, who is which side, and who is using weapons. I simply try to draw attention to those who saw another address, who abandoned His Excellency Erdogan as soon as the Istanbul mayoral election was lost. They are not the man of any struggle. Thank you very much, dear my brothers and sisters and ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Have a good day.